Welcome back to Two Brokies. This week we're going to jump right in it, and today we're talking about
manifesting and goals.
Okay. Manifesting.
We're talking about manifesting and goals, people.
Are you a New Year's resolution person?
I am a New Year's resolution person.
Good for you.
I can't wait. Literally
so many
can't
people.
wait.
Yeah. But that's the middle of winter, I think, when we should do a lot of like hibernating, processing, releasing, and then spring equinox is when we're supposed to actually like...
When is spring equinox?
The first day of spring.
Is it usually in like March or April or?
I don't know. I just wait for TikTok to tell me.
Can I ask you a question while oh boy.
While we're Googling?
Yeah, thanks.
March 20th at 2 a.m. I will be awake at 2 a.m.
Okay, March 20th at 2 a.m.
It's between March 19th and 21st.
I have a question, and I'm sure that surprises zero people.
What's wrong with my face?
Let's get into it. What's going on with your face?
I'm manifesting new skin by way of needles.
I see, okay. Mm-hmm. So what did you have done?
PRP.
Oh.
Not to be confused with PCP. Or PNP. For the gays.
PRP, they take your own blood and then inject it into your face?
They take your blood, then they
centrifuge it.
Okay. 2-point word. Then they take out the plasma. I could throw up just thinking about it because they squeeze your plasma back onto your face while this machine like drills it into your skin.
Okay.
And then you just feel the warm plasma in each like it feels like someone's hitting your face, you know?
Well, it looks
Which is
great.
one of my rules is not my face. So I haven't felt it in a while.
Well, it looks really good. So is this going to burn off or what's the vibe?
No, I'm like this. This was.
You look like you just got back from downhill skiing. A little bit of a wind burn.
I've achieved it. This was the goal.
Okay, speaking of, back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
Already staying super tight to it.
Spring equinox.
Spring equinox.
That's when the earth is coming back and like things are growing.
That makes sense seasonally.
It's hard in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Although winter doesn't exist anymore.
That's a different podcast. It's a little bit darker.
Yeah, that's Greta Thunberg.
Here's one thing I wanted to say. You are someone that I think of as being a very good manifester.
I do manifest really well.
When I'm hanging out with you, I become better at manifesting because something about you changes my brain and the way...
Probably the way I talk the words. I'm like, stop that.
I do think of you as like a very good manifester. You've historically been into like vision boards and stuff, right? Don't get shy. I mean,
you say which like it's a bad thing. I did vision board last year on New Year's, but I was in I think also, let's be clear.
Tell me.
Let's be clear. You can manifest whenever you want. I know a lot of people do it with the moon cycles, etc. But if you're in the right mindset to manifest, you can do it anytime. It's where you put yourself energetically and you're aligning with the frequency. Mm-hmm. So you can align with that frequency anytime. Mm-hmm. When you're trying to do like external things, like, oh, I want to like go on this diet, I want to work out more. Mm-hmm. That is better to do if you're changing your habits.
I was going to say that's more of a habit.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's more in the goals.
So that would be kind of more the difference. Goals is like actionable items. Manifesting is like changing your energetically, the way you're thinking. Okay, cool.
Glad we got that settled.
Glad we got that one done. Do you have any goals in love? Serious, not jokey.
Yeah, okay. Also, I did the thing last year at midnight when you eat 12 grapes under a table.
I like that one.
Do you? Because it really didn't work for me. All I got this year was chlamydia. And then I stopped sleeping with people.
Okay. Yeah, who hasn't had chlamydia? I
have. One clap for the clap.
One clap for the clap.
Honestly, it was actually a blessing because my doctor had already prescribed.
Oh, sorry, did I scare you? Come on, baby.
So when he called me and gave me the results, he goes, good news, bad news. Bad news, you have chlamydia. Good news, you already have the pills for it.
Oh, it's like, because it's Doxy.
Because after it's
right?
Doxy.
Yeah, okay.
And so I already had Doxy, so get tested, everybody.
Get tested.
I did the 12 grapes. That's what I got from it. I didn't do the grapes again this year.
I did the grapes again this year. I did them last year. My parents were heavily involved with my grapes last year. I was sitting under a table. We all had COVID. I still made my dad like My dad just said like the word gong, like every like time, you know, the clock strikes the 12 things or whatever. And then I was trying to eat them and get them down. And my mom was filming me. It was really sad when you think about it. I'm not sure.
It's giving like my big fat Greek wedding. Like they're trying to get you married. They're like, take our daughter.
Well, that's why I felt kind of bad about my grapes this year, because I was like, oh, cool. What every parent in their 70s wants to hear, that their 36-year-old daughter is swallowing grapes so that her podcast can do better. You know, I didn't have one love wish this year.
Oh, it was for the podcast?
Yeah.
I love to hear it. Great.
I'm staying focused.
Okay, yeah.
As you've been urging me to do for about a decade now. I'm finally ready. Finally ready.
You did have a little veer this year. Veer this year.
Happens. A veer a year.
I would like to go on one date this year.
And
just one. That's fine.
Tell me.
And if I don't get chlamydia from it, that'd be a win.
Tell me, and you know, our fans, our Brokies.
Our Brokies? Sounded like you said Brokies.
I said gays.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. Jeff Lewis Live, they have like the chumps.
Yeah.
We have the Brokies.
Tell me in the Brokies. I have to look up the history of that word just to make sure. Now, last episode, you said that you went on a date, and I think we can all agree that what happened is someone unmatched you on an app. So I just want to be clear about the parameters of this goal this year to go on a date. Are we talking we move off the app? Are we talking dinner?
Dinner. Yeah.
Oh my God, so old-fashioned.
I think I would accept a coffee date if the person is like, I would like to take you on a coffee date. Like, the intention has to be clear. Because there's been many a coffee where I'm like, I'm going on a coffee date. And then and I brought 3 friends. And I was like, I was bamboozled. This is not a date at all.
Yeah, okay, I'm seeing that.
So like an official date. That's my goal for this year.
That's your goal for 2025.
And just stay out of a relationship.
Were you doing some Inception right there?
Yeah, and it's not like I have to try for that one anyway.
So do you want to ask me maybe, or?
No, I figured you'd ask yourself if I just waited long enough.
Okay, all right, well.
Yeah, well, I also don't want you to have any dating goals. Is that bad?
That's mean.
Is it, or is it honest?
It's honest.
Because I've had that goal for you for, like you said, a decade.
I think I'm ready to accept.
Hit it, so
you always forget I was single for 3.5 years.
I think you remember.
I remember.
You do bring it up a lot.
Okay, my love goal, thanks for really teeing it up. My love goal is I don't want to fall in love. It seems very dangerous, especially because I have so much to do this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't stop doing stuff when you're in a relationship, but
the focus shifts.
Everything takes a back seat.
The focus shifts. I can admit that. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to say it. I'm like, everything takes a backseat, or you throw it out of the car and then run it over.
This is the last time we're going to be filming things.
Dragging him behind the car.
I still do stuff. I'm not like one of those relationship people that... Okay. Anyway, back to keeping the focus on me. Let me.
Shout out Mel Robbins. Thanks for watching, Mel. Love your work. Let them, Terry. Love it.
I am crying fully.
And I'm going to let them.
Okay.
These are the freest laughs I've ever gotten in my life. You're crying, but I also think you're laughing at something else.
I think for this year, I'm going to try to throw myself off the trail of falling in love.
You were going to say a cliff.
I'm just crying as I'm saying this.
Because we were talking about intrusive thoughts earlier. I said I wanted to throw myself off a balcony.
Right. So my goal, people, is to try to just stay the course, I think. Doing a lot of focusing on myself and just keep pushing forward. You know?
And we're here to support you in that journey.
And I need that. Okay. What's something you've done in your life that you never would have thought possible?
Never thought I would have a 2-bedroom in West Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah. I always thought I'd have a house, you know?
Okay, no, it's supposed to be positive. Positive. Okay. Oh my God. Manifester.
Yeah, I manifested this studio. No, I did actually, and I'm very happy with it. But I don't know. I have always had very big goals and dreams for myself. And I've always known they're coming and happening. It's kind of all part of the plan.
It was just a matter of waiting.
I'm proud of myself for a bunch of things I've accomplished, like having a tour, but I knew those things were going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I know there's bigger things happening.
I get that. I think that's a great answer. Should I go?
Yeah. Oh, what about you?
Oh, thanks. So yeah, for me,
it's really great proof of concept for me interviewing people.
Yeah, it's super good.
Wait.
Somebody's the talent. No, I'm just kidding. I am too. Don't get it in your head. I was a kid who could not have sleepovers very successfully at other people's houses. I didn't want to be out of my parents' house. I wanted to be home, right? So for me...
Have you seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Okay.
Tula. It started changing in middle school because I realized, like, yo, I am not going to get the tea if I'm not at these sleepovers. Like, people are starting to get finger banged and stuff. Like, I'm going to be missing all of that. So I was like, I have to suck it up and start.
She said, I want the tea. AKA, people were getting finger banged. I need to get to these fucking sleepovers. Stat. Filing their nails and...
Shut up! So I went to them. I went to the sleepovers. That did happen. And then things started to change really quickly, but I never thought I would move off of like my parents' block, let alone across the country or like to France or to Argentina or...
These are, by way, places you've lived now.
Yeah, these are places I've lived, and I never thought, oh, I'll be someone who can like just move to LA or something. Lived in Vegas, lived in Chicago. I couldn't even go down the street.
So your whole adult life, you're surprising yourself.
I am surprised that a kid who was so scared could like grow up to do so much, even though I was always afraid of leaving my parents.
Look at that.
I know, right? Wholesome.
Last question of the day. Past lives.
Past lives.
Past lives.
Past lives.
Past lives. Past lives.
Okay. We were talking about a lot about the future, and now let's go to the past.
Let's run it back.
Let's run it back to a past life. Is there anyone in history, it could even be a not a real person, whatever, because this is not. Have you ever considered who you were in a past life?
Now I happen to know something.
Okay.
About a past life for me. And it isn't a person that I can be like, look this person up, okay?
Okay.
But I know for a fact, 110%, that in a past life, I was a semi-truck 18-wheeler driver. I think I was a man, and I can tell you why I feel this way. First of all, me loving the open desert road so much doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, I truly don't even need a single bullet point. You're like, I was a truck driver, and I was like,
yeah.
You're still a truck driver.
I'm still truck. Let me give you just, can I? Hey, truck driver.
18-wheeler.
Literally, nothing makes me happier than this. The feeling I get when I'm at a truck stop and I'm buying a Snickers and a water. I can't tell you. There's something
Rations.
there's something about it that I'm just like, I've been here before, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mine. What about you?
Everyone's gonna have to tune in next week to find out.
Oh, past lives.
And I know who I was.
We know.
Yeah. Tune back in next week and I'll talk about my past life.
Ooh.
And you've been listening to Two Broke Gays. Bye, Brokies. We gotta find out if that's...
Quick Google search on that.